That is always the most annoying thing when that pops up. Okay, hello guys. I cannot wait to hear from every single person tonight, but I was so thankful to be invited on this tonight. So, my name is Bethany. I am a triple diamond. I have been in this business for 4 years now. When I first started, I actually just owned a women's clothing boutique. And so I was actually the person that I thought I had like my career set. I thought I knew what I was going to be doing for like my whole life. I wasn't really looking for anything, but if you know anything about being an actual like brick and mortar business owner, you're the last person that gets paid, and we were just drowning in debt. And I always make this joke that when I accrued my husband, I accrued a lot of debt, and so a lot of my debt became from my husband, and so we had a lot of like debt to pay off, and we were just struggling really really bad. And so I saw this girl posting on social media. So drop a one in the comments if you joined this business because you saw someone posting. So I saw someone posting on Facebook. She actually lives just 2 blocks down the street from me. And she was talking about how she was paying off debt. She was starting a savings account. She was doing all of this stuff that I wanted to do. But I didn't know how she was doing it. But I could tell that she was staying home because she was consistently posting every single day. So I could tell that she was at home with her son and she was doing all of that stuff. And I was like, wait, how is this single mom of a little boy basically have her life together more than I do? And I could tell that, I just wanted what she had. I just didn't know really what it was. And so, I finally, after like 2 weeks of watching her, I never commented on anything, never liked anything. I finally commented on a post that she made about like if you could earn a $5,000 Emerald bonus, which obviously we don't say stuff like that now, but she's like, if you could earn a $5,000 bonus, like what would you do with that? And I commented on it and I said I would pay for my wedding in cash. And she reached out to me. She got me on the phone that day and I signed on the spot. I just really, at that point, we were at rock bottom and I was like, this girl, I'm a very red personality. So I'm like, if you tell me I can make money and you tell me how to do it, like I'll just go do it. And but here's the kicker is that I got into the business and my upline actually, like I said, she only lives like 2 blocks away, but she quit like just a couple weeks after I joined. And so I was like, wait, what the heck am I going to be doing? And I was just kind of floundering around, but I knew that I had been added onto someone's team page and her name was Rachel Jones. And I had no idea who that was, but I was added onto her team page and I just started watching videos, taking notes, doing all of this stuff. And finally, I think I signed a customer, like one customer for like a cleanse or something. And one of like my higher up uplines above my upline reached out and was like, hey, are you trying to do this business? Because I saw that you got an enrollment, but I don't know who you are. And so basically from then, they just took me under their wings. And within the first 10 months of being in the business, I was able to come home from my boutique. I've been stay-at-home mom ever since, replaced my full-time income. And yeah, last year we went debt free because of this business. I've been able to take my husband's account, Double Diamond. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me. But okay, so my tip that I have for you guys is okay, first of all, who drop a 2 in the chat if you guys like Instagram, but you don't currently like use it to work your business because it intimidates you or whatever. Okay, lots of 2s. Sorry, I just ate nachos before I got on here and something's in my throat. So anyways, oh my gosh. I'm like trying to get a drink. Hold on.
Literally, oh gosh, are you okay?
Alden, stop laughing. Alden's laughing at me and that's why she's one of my friends. I'm like, why are you laughing at me?
Alden?
No, you're fine. I know, she's a little stinker. So, okay, so you guys don't like working Instagram. That is totally fine. The thing that I wrote down is that when it came to Instagram, you guys kind of like coming from being on Rachel's team, we're a big Facebook team. And I think a lot of the people that we work with too are Facebook teams. But if you want to be able to have abundance, be able to just have more people see your stuff, we never know when platforms are going to go away. We never know when things are going to take off or things are going to go away or come or whatever. And so what we have to do is we have to, no matter if it scares us, no matter if we count ourselves out, we have to be able to try all of the things, TikTok, Reels, whatever. And so I was just tired of like counting myself out when it came to Instagram, because I want you guys to hear this is I still do not have a large following. And that's what I want to talk about real quick is that I do not have a large following. If you guys go onto my Facebook, it's literally here, or my Instagram, I'll put it in the comment or in the comments. It's just my first and middle name. But I literally have 1,971. Okay, so 1,900 friends. I don't even followers. I don't even have 2,000 followers, you guys. But here's the thing: is I used to get on these trainings and hear people say like, "Go do this, and you're gonna have like all this like mass following, and you're gonna have all these mass messages and all of this stuff." And I would count myself out because I didn't have a mass following, or I would try to grow the mass following, but it didn't happen. So then I counted myself out from getting that mass following, if that makes sense. And so I just decided, I'm tired of counting myself out. If you guys follow, I think his name's Brock Johnson, is that his name on Instagram? He says like, stop counting yourself out if you have a big account or not. Just utilize everything that Instagram is putting into place for you, and you will see the benefits from it. So this is what I started doing, and it literally has not been that long, you guys. It's been just a little bit over 30 days, I think maybe 40 days. I started posting one trending reel a day. I started interacting on stories like crazy and making sure that my Instagram stories were always popping every single day, and making sure that I get a post up every single day. This is not rocket science, okay? But I'm using every single part of the platform. And so I started doing that, and I just remembered God saying like, I don't need a lot, or I don't need like a lot to do a lot. God does a lot with a little most of the time. And so I can bring my little 1,900 followers and be like, here, I'm doing all the things. I'm doing the trending reels. I'm doing the posts. I'm interacting on stories. I'm posting my own stories. What can you do with that? Like I'm giving you all my stuff. My hands are open. I'm ready to receive. And that's exactly what happened. And so I've been doing that consistently every single day, posting, doing my reel, and utilizing my stories. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a professional account. So if you don't, I really suggest you guys get a creator account on, you don't have to be invited to or anything on Instagram, but it gives you your insights. And really like, you can't know what you're doing with your platform unless you're tracking like what is going good on your platform, what's not going good. Like this post was really great, this post didn't go so great, and you can start tracking that stuff. So what's really cool is I said, you guys, that I have 1,971 friends. Oh, now I have 75 because some of you guys probably just went and followed me. Okay, cool. Get me over 2,000. No, I'm just kidding. But if you guys look, when you have a professional account, okay, up here at the top, it says professional dashboard. So when you click on this, it tells you in the last 30 days how many accounts have seen your account and how many like accounts you have reached. And if you guys look at mine, it says 80,000. I have reached 80,000 accounts in the last 30 days, and I only have 1,900 followers. So you guys can't say like, oh, I can't be good at Instagram, or I can't get people from Instagram, or I can't enroll from Instagram because I don't have a lot of following. If you're utilizing the Instagram tools that they have for you, you guys will see the benefits. I've reached 80.6 thousand people in the last 30 days just by posting a trending reel every single day. And so the last thing with that is that I've been running Instagram ads. So I don't know if you guys know what Instagram ads are or anything, but I enrolled 4 distributors last month from doing that. I am not a mass enroller, but I'm a consistent, really good enroller. That's what I say. Like, I don't mass enroll, but I consistently roll a good amount of people every single month. So my goal is to enroll 5 distributors every month, and then anywhere between 10 and 20 customers. And this month I upped it for myself to 30 just because I have big goals. But when you run an ad, it does not cost a lot of money. It really is however much you want to put in. And really what I tell everyone is you have to figure out what's going to work for you. The first time that I ran it, I spent $50. Rachel was like, hey, I'm doing this. This is working for me. You guys try it. I ran it for $50. And I ran it over a lot of days, and it kind of flopped. So then I tried it again for a little bit less money, but ran it for a short amount of time, and it did good. And then I ran it for a different amount of money for a shorter amount of time. And I've really realized, and you guys can try this if you want or not, but I run ads for 2 days and I spend $15 a day. So every time I spend $30, and I'll show you guys in 1 second. I see all your guys' comments. So I run an ad every single day, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. And it's just, you guys have seen these. They're the swipe up ads on Instagram. Okay. And mine just says like this, just says searching for, and it's those, can you guys see that? Let me turn down my brightness. It's those just one slide things that you guys see that are for becoming a distributor. And it just says swipe up and type ready. Okay. Every single time someone sees that, because it's a sponsored ad, so they're pushing it out to people that are not my followers. And what's really cool is you guys can narrow it down to, yeah, Taylor in the comments is one of my girls. You guys, she's going Ruby this month, and I signed her from an Instagram ad. So I know that this works, and I literally signed her like 60 days ago. And so you put this on your story, and I'll show you guys real quick. You put this on your story, and then I took a screenshot of this so I could show you guys. When you guys click the 3 little dots down in the bottom, so this is on, you just post it on your story like a regular story. Click the 3 dots, and then you'll click boost story, but you have to have a professional account to do this. You guys can't have a regular account. You have to upgrade to the professional account. And then you click on, it will give you, what do you want your goal to be? And I always make my goal more messages because I want people in my inbox talking to me about the business. And then it will ask you what kind of audience you want, like what type of demographic. And you guys can just do the automatic one. But again, I set it to a certain like age group. I want it to be minimum of 18. So I put mine like 18 and above. And then I try to stick to the Midwest because I like having a local team, and I like to be able to get to my team as quick as like I want to be able to drive to them. And that's just me personally. So I have it down to that. And so the girl that put in the comment or in the comments, Taylor, she's in Texas, and I signed her. And then it'll ask you how much you want to spend. So $30 over 2 days. And then it will tell you, how many people you are going to reach. So mine says I'm going to reach 5,700 to 1,500. And then once you're done, it just says nice work. And then it goes into review. So I've been doing those. Last month, I did one every single week at the beginning of the week, and I ran it for 2 days, and I signed one distributor each week, each time I ran an ad. What's really cool about it, and I don't know why it does this, but it sometimes like I'll get messages that trickle in like later on, even after the ad is done rolling. But the thing is that you guys are gaining potentials, and then I'm getting those people over to my Facebook, and then I'm having them host a post for me. So really, does it cost anything? Nope, it doesn't cost anything. So really all I wanted to say was, don't count yourself out from being good at Instagram. Even if you don't feel like you have a good following, you can utilize all the tools, whether you have 500 followers, 50,000 followers, and you can grow and be seen. You don't have to have a lot of followers to just be consistent with it. So that's it, Kara. Oh, also,
oh my gosh, that was so good, Bethany. Go ahead.
I don't think that Jamie can get on. She said it's full. The next girl that's talking, she said it's full. So do you want me to hop on?
Oh wait, I just got on. I'm good.
Oh, you did? Okay, hi Jamie.
Got on.
Okay.
Awesome. And thank you, Bethany.
Do you want me to go?
So much. Yeah, in just a second, Jamie. Thank you, Bethany, for all those tips, you guys. Drop what you took out of Bethany's story and what you can take back to tonight we're really bringing you social media tips. You guys can take these back to your business and run them. And so I love that Bethany said that you can reach so many people no matter what your following is. So I'm so excited. Next we have Jamie, and Jamie is a little rock star as well, like Bethany. Jamie has, I'm going to brag on you, Jamie. You might not know that I know this, but Jamie has had over 290 enrollments, I hear, in 60 days. And so Jamie, just tell us a little bit about who you are, why you started It Works, what you've accomplished, and then give us your tips because we're so excited to hear from you.
Hey guys, I'm like blown away. I could barely get on this Zoom, and I'm like stressing here. I'm like, I can't get on, but I'm supposed to speak. Just side note, we are in an RV going to a baseball game. So if I'm in the boonies, I'm so sorry. Okay. But my name is Jamie. I am from Minnesota, moved to Texas, just moved back to South Dakota. And I joined the business 6 years ago in March. I was that girl who thought that this was literally a scam. Drop a number 1 if that was you, because that was me. My best friend at the time, she did it for an entire year, and I watched and I was like, there's no way that she can actually make this types of money. And I just made all these excuses of like, why? And so I just kept saying, well, you don't actually make that money. Like, you have to spend it on product. And like, I clearly was just uneducated. I had no idea what actually was going on. And so she went and she was making thousands of dollars, y'all. I made her show me her paycheck, and 1 month was $21,000. Okay. And I still didn't join. I still thought it was a scam. And so one night, a year later, I was like, all right, like if she can make thousands and thousands of dollars, I can at least make $100, right? So at this time, I had just moved to Texas, no family, no friends, just started working labor and delivery night shift. And so I was living paycheck to paycheck. There was always more month than money. I was always having to call my dad and have that embarrassing phone call of like, crap, I cannot even afford groceries. And so I was like, you know what? At least I can make $100. And so I joined and did nothing. Okay. Drop a number 2 if you've done that. I was so scared of what other people were going to think of me that I counted myself out before I even started. So it took about 3 months. And then I found out I was unexpectedly pregnant. Woo! Okay. So here I am, 800 miles away, got pregnant. And I'm like, now what? Like, I really can't afford life. And so I decided I'm going to put my blinders on and I'm going to really give this business a shot because I want to be able to be at home with my baby and not working night shifts in labor and delivery. Like, how would I do that? Right. And so I really got to work, and 7 months later, I was able to go diamond with this business and, replace my full-time income that I was making at the hospital. A month later, I was able to, I had my son and I went on maternity leave and I never had to go back to work. And so that was the biggest part of what this business has done for me, is not allowed it. I've never had to miss a moment with my son. And so a year after that, I went double diamond, saw my first $5,000 paycheck. A year after that, I went triple diamond, saw my first $10,000 paycheck. And here we are. We just went presidential. It's been about a year and a half since I went triple. We just went presidential here in March. And yeah, I signed 285 customers in 1 month. So do you want me to kind of go into how I did that?
Yes. Okay. First off, your story is amazing. And you guys, did you hear that? She just went triple in a time where people were like, oh my gosh, the sky's falling. She's like, no, the sky's on fire, right? And so I love, or presidential. Congrats on presidential. That's a huge accomplishment. And go ahead and tell us how you did it. Everyone wants to know.
Yeah. So, okay. So back in about November, I started Reels, and I started Reels because I am, if you don't know me, I am a Dutch queen. Like, I'm 100% Dutch. And so like, if you can make money some way or another, like, I'm going to figure it out. And so a lot of people on my team had started doing like Reels. And for the first 4 or 5 years of my business, I worked Facebook alone. I only host a post. That was the only thing I worked. Drop a number 3 if you work Facebook, and drop a number 4 if you work Instagram or anything else, because I was 100% Facebook. And so whenever my team was like, Jamie, you should really do Facebook Reels, I was like, no, I'm fine. I'm good. And they started telling me to do that in October. Well, November came and I got the option to pay by Reels. And so I was like, well, of course, like, I'll try it. Okay, I'll try it. So I started and it did nothing. So side note, I lost 45 pounds with the products. And so I was just showing my before and afters on my Reels, and I was getting like 100 views. And y'all, at the time, I thought I made it. I was like, I'm going viral. I got 100 people watching me. Like, I'm good, right? So I wasn't getting customers or anything. I was still having to do host to post, literally still doing that daily. So then December came and it was still kind of about the same. I was maybe hitting like maybe a couple thousand views. And then January hit. And I'm telling you, if you take anything from what I'm saying tonight, it is start and wait and watch. Okay. Because the reel that I posted in November decided to go viral in January. Okay. So if you're like, gosh, I have no luck with Reels, I've tried. I'm telling you, it may happen like later on down the road. That's why you have to keep going and keep trying. So the reel that I put up in November ended up getting about 4 or 5 million views. Okay. And so at the time, I was maintaining double diamond at about 60,000 volume. Okay. And then January hit and I enrolled 100 and maybe 20 customers that month. And I was able to get triple back. And then February hit and I maybe enrolled about 160 customers. Okay. And then March. And so February was like, okay, heck, I can probably do this. I could probably go prez, like I didn't know what I was doing, but I had to go somewhere with all these customers, right? And so March came, and then that was the month I ended up going presidential, and I hit 285 customers in 1 month. And y'all, that was not like, I want a disclaimer here, like, the goal is not 285 customers in a month, because y'all, I was working my booty off. But I will tell you, if you are pushing for a promotion, if you are pushing for a goal, the only person who is you can count on is yourself. Like, I knew for me, I can get that goal. Like, I can get what I put my eyes set onto, but I'm not gonna try and get someone else to hit me that goal, because at the end of the day, that's my paycheck, right? So how did I do it? How did I get there? It was 100% reels. To this day, I still have not even, I would love to go back to Host to Post, because Host to Post was my bread and butter. And that is how I duplicate to my team. Honestly, that's what I teach them. I do teach them how to do reels, but you have to have fun with reels. You have to have results. I'm telling you, results are where it's at. That is what has blown up my reels. It wasn't having to put up 3 reels a day. It was honestly just having results. And the results are what really killed it for me. Was, obviously people wanted what I had. So I always followed what Jade Hooper said, is you have to have a call to action. You have to have that hook of the video. And if you have people on your video, make sure you're doing that call to action, because if you're not telling them what to do after they watch the video, you're gonna just keep swiping, because that's what you do, right? Like, you watch a video and you go. But if you see, message the word coffee to my Instagram, what are you gonna do? You're probably gonna go look at their Instagram, and then you're gonna go down the rabbit hole, like we've all been there, done that. And then you're going to be like, wow, okay. So then they message me, and they message me the word coffee, and I have all my text replacements. I can send them to you guys if that's what you're wanting. I'm OTOM the whole way. But yeah, that's 100% what I've done. And since March, I've still probably brought in around 60, 70 customers, and it's 100% from reels.
Sorry, I am in the boondocks. Am I good? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
You're good.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Jamie, I love that. That was so good. I love that you said a call to action. I have one quick question, Jamie, just to clarify. Do you ever on Facebook to your Instagram message you, or they message you from Facebook Reels on Facebook? Just curious.
So I have both. Like, there's those people who honestly will message both. And then I have the people who don't have Instagram, and then they'll message me on Facebook and be like, hey, I don't have Instagram. But y'all, I have thousands of messages, like thousands. I get it's funny because people will comment on my videos of like, she doesn't respond. Don't worry. Don't try to, she doesn't respond. And I'm like, I need an assistant at this point. But I'm like, if you message me, I will respond, but I have, I'm getting to them slowly but steady. But it's the coolest thing in the world. And why I love that so much is, one, you get to have fun with this business again. Like, you get to just do it for fun, instead of like, I got to get up my 10 Host to Post, got to do this. But what I will say is, reels take a lot of work. They are hard work. Not everyone, you can just put up one and you're going to go viral. Like, sometimes that happens for people. And if that's you, go you. But for me, it took a lot of hard work, and I wanted to give up so many times, but I knew you have to keep doing your Host to Post, keep doing the things that are going to for sure work, but keep doing reels and keep having fun with those reels, because eventually they will take off. It just might take a little time.
Okay, you're so inspiring. That was so good. And do you do do you mix them in, Jamie? You do some for pleasure, like funny reels, and then some, I haven't seen your reels yet, so I will be stalking you, and some that are just business and results, or do you just have a rhyme or rhythm, or just kind of do whatever?
So I wish, okay, so I started following Samantha Bowers. I love her so much. She got me so inspired to do reels. And I thought I wanted to be funny like her. I want to have those funny videos. And I'm just, every time I feel like I put them up, they get maybe 100 views or something, nothing. But every time I put up my weight loss videos, they just skyrocket. So I try to mix them in, and I try to do some things different kind of ones. And but really the bread and butter of what brings me customers is my weight loss ones. Those are the only ones that go viral for me. If I do other videos, it's just for my own fun. I think we lost her.
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I'm like, you guys, I have on AirPods. My kids are like getting in and out. Jamie, that was so good. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to go follow you on everything.
I'll put my TikTok below so people can look at what it.
Thank you. I love it. Okay, next, Bethany, will you remind me who's next? Because I just forgot to go.
I think it's
Bethany's
Alden.
on.
It's Alden.
Yay! Okay, you can laugh at Alden now, right? I'm just kidding.
Hi guys, can y'all hear me? Yes, we're good.
Yes. You can
Yes.
tell us a little bit about who you are, why you got started, what you've done with this business. I know you're a little rock star, and your best.
Okay, perfect, y'all. Hey, y'all. I'm Alden Wilhite. It's weird to say that because I literally just changed my last name after being married for 2 years, like a month ago. So it's still weird. But I've been in the business for 3.5 years now, almost. And when I started the business, I was like fresh out of college. Didn't have a full-time teaching job yet. That's what I went to school for. But I was like covering 2 different maternity leaves. And so I just decided to jump into the business and give it a shot. And I'm sure there's some people on here who are like me. I joined the business, and also I'm going to apologize for my dog because they're going to be loud and playing. But I joined the business. I like worked and posted for maybe like a month. And then I was like, peace out. I'm done. Don't like this. I'm not doing this. And I sat in the back of my team pages and just like didn't do anything. Then I started my first year teaching. My husband and I got engaged. I was starting grad school. He was starting grad school. So we needed some extra money. And so I had been sitting in the team pages. I kept seeing this business work for everybody. And I finally was like, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. And so in 2020 is when I really jumped into my business. We got sent home from school because of COVID. And that is honestly when my business skyrocketed, because that was when I really like took the time to like get on Zooms and learn from people and just figure out how to work this business. And so then I went like Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, started my second year teaching, and it was COVID style, and it just like put me on my butt. It was just really, really not fun. And so I actually mid-year got switched from being an in-person teacher to virtual teaching, which I thought was just the worst thing, but it wound up just being the biggest blessing for my business, because I like would work my business a little bit in between breaks of like teaching my kids virtually. And that's when I really just went all in with the business. And so in 2021 January, I went double, took my husband's account double, and then I went triple in April, and I've been there ever since. And then in July of last year is when I decided not to go back to teaching, and I've been doing this full time ever since. So that is just a little bit about me.
That's so good. Yes. You just like say it so gracefully, like I did this, I did that. You guys, Alden's a rock star. What was your number last year, Alden? Just because I know you were in the top.
I think it was
Or like
128.
around.
I think it was 128.
Yeah, you guys, she's like for sure like a very quiet, amazing rock star. So Alden, tell us what's blowing up your business right now. I know that you've earned like 1 million success bonuses. So share the
So yes, I just finished my 7th success bonus, y'all. And I started it like July 2nd and finished it July 29th. And I know some people are like, that's crazy. How are you doing that? And I will tell y'all, and you're probably going to get mad at me from hearing this, I'm a host to post queen. I hap all the time. That is how I work my business. It's host to post. And some people are going to be like, host to post doesn't work. It's not working for me, blah, blah, blah. Host to post still works, y'all. I pulled my numbers up before the Zoom so that I could talk to y'all about this. I signed 9 distributors last month. 7 of those 9 came from host to post, y'all. 4 of them were like literally saw host to post, texted me. We talked for a couple days and they signed up. And then the other 3 I met from a host to post, and it was just from like me following up with them. They were finally like, okay, I'm ready to do this. But 7 of the 9 came literally straight from Facebook. 2 of them were from TikTok, but the other 7 were Facebook and from host to post. So yeah, host to post is my jam. It's what I do every day. And I see Kara's question about how many do you do a day? My goal is always 10. Some days I hit that, some days I don't. Today I have 7. Yesterday I had 6. I'm always shooting for at least 5. If I get up 5, I know that I'm going to get some that get comments or send me text messages or something like that. So what I usually do is before I like sit down to start messaging people, I will go in my Facebook like Messenger and I will scroll back to the day before and I start with following up with people. I write down customers, I write down potential distributors, and then I see who I messaged yesterday from host to post. And if they didn't post, I just send them a quick little message like, hey, when you get a second, can you throw that post up? Can't wait to get you entered. And all that is honestly how I get up at least like 3 to 4 host to host a day, is just from messaging people from the day before. They're like, oh yeah, sorry, I totally forgot. Like my kid got my phone, you know. That's what I tell a lot of my team. And like, you have to get it in your head, but you have to give people the benefit of the doubt. 9 times out of 10, they're not being mean. They're not ignoring you on purpose. They just got pulled into a different direction. And so their mind went elsewhere. So you just have to follow up and remind people. And then after I do that, I will sit down and I'll send out usually like 30 green light messages or so, see how many responses I get from that. If I don't get as many as I want, I'll sit down and send out 30 more. But usually by the time I've been working for probably like 30-ish minutes, I'll usually have 30 to 60 messages sent out. And then I just kind of send more out throughout the day as I need to. Does that make sense? Hopefully. I don't know where.
Yeah, that was so good. Yes, thank you. Well, thank you for sharing, Alden, and I think you're amazing, and congrats on all your success.
Thanks, friend.
You're welcome. Okay, next we have Gabby, and Gabby, Chantel has talked about you so much, and she knows rock stars when she sees them, so I'm so excited to hear your story. A little bit about why you started and what this business has done for you, and then where you're going next, along with your best tips.
Yes. Hi, you guys. So my name is Gabby Anno. I'm from San Antonio, and I've been with the business for 7 years. I was in my undergrad. I went through grad school. My husband and I had just moved in together, just a couple at the time. I just dabbled in the business for the first 4 years, honestly. Like Alden said, I just stuck in the team page. I kept up with everything, but I wasn't serious about it at all until 2019-ish. I was like, okay, I don't want to get like a second job, but I want more money. Like, who doesn't? Come on now. So I knew I had been making a good money here and there, just a couple hundred a month with this, but I wanted more of it. So I just got my butt in gear and was serious about it. And I knew from the beginning, I was like, okay, I can't count on my leaders. It's no one's responsibility but my own. And I'm responsible for my. So I knew that from the beginning. It was no one's responsibility but my own. And that's kind of how I tried to teach my team. Like, I'm here for you to go at your pace, but we'll go at your pace, but know that I'm running no matter what. Like, I am here for you guys. Whether you want to walk or run, that's up to you, but we'll do what y'all want to do. But basically what it's done for us since then, we've had 2 boys since then. We have a 2-year-old, had a pandemic babies. We have a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old, soon to be 7 months. It goes by so fast. But basically the big things, it's brought in so much extra income for us, y'all. My husband was miserable at his job. I do work full time also from home, with like a huge, amazing company. I'm not gonna lie, I like my job. Do I love it? No, because I have to be on someone else's clock in the end. So like, no, but I like it. My husband was miserable at his, so this brought my husband home. Since January, he's been home with us, with our boys full time. So it's a blessing to have them just on the other side of my door, with us, and he's happier. Our marriage is so much better. Like, that was the biggest strain on us, honestly. So that is what it's done for us in the end, along with a bunch of other things, of course. His bringing my husband home was the biggest thing. I can cry about it, just talking about it.
Oh, I love that so much. You're so sweet. And so did you have like a moment, Gabby, that you just decided, like, was it just like one flash or something someone said, or do you remember exactly whenever, like, I know you talked about how it transitioned and how you decided you wanted to work this, but if someone's sitting back, like, what would you say to them?
Yeah, like, it's just, I mean, everyone says it, like, it's a one darn decision that you have to make. Like, last month, I could funk, whatever you want to call it. I didn't have as many enrollments as I wanted to. Was I working as hard as I knew I could? Nope. Like, I had to be honest with myself. Like, dude, get off your butt and get to work, because you're chilling out way too much this month. Like, come on now. I got comfortable, honestly, last month, because yes, I have earned a good amount of cycles and all that I was comfortable with, but it's just deciding to go after it and do. I think everyone and their mothers are reading that what is it called? I have it right here. Oh, the One More, Ed Milet's book. Amazing, highly recommend. And give up on your business or yourself, and just give up on what try something else basically. And I am with Alden 100% host to post. I like reels and TikToks for fun, like to get people to trust me and just to know me better in that way. I haven't done too many product posts on that, but host to post is my jam, and just following up is priority for me. Like today I signed an LC. She hasn't answered me since November last year, and she just answered me back out of nowhere and got like a huge order in, and I closed the cycle today. So, and it's always before Zooms for some reason. I'm like, I don't know what God knows, but he's like, oh, you're about to talk on a Zoom. I'm going to give you a little extra glitter to make you sparkle today. So it always happens on Zoom.
That's awesome. I'm so proud of you. Congrats for completing a cycle. You're so sweet. I just want to have coffee with you. I feel like you're the nicest person. I just want to say congrats, and I just cannot wait to see you continue. Because I know that amazing are in store for you now. Scabby. Okay, is Jenna on? I don't know if she is or not because she wasn't on.
Yes, I'm on. I got on. Thank
Jenna?
you for whoever got on. I'm
You're
so sorry.
Thanks for leaving.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you're the cutest. I already love you. Okay, Jenna, you said something. You guys, we had Zooms for like top leaders, and Jenna was on a Zoom, and she said something that I'm gonna let her say it again, but just about how she was like, yeah, maybe I'm good kind of too, but then changed her mind, and like really how Amy helped her transition her brain to like become a business brain instead of just like a hobby brain for this business. And so first, Jenna, tell us who you are, what this business has done for you, why you started, and then give us all your tips.
Okay. Hey y'all, I'm Jenna. And I will be in this business 2 years in September, the very end of September. And I met Amy, who is my upline on TikTok. So do your TikTok. So that's pretty cool. And I just saw that she was in the teaching field like me. I was a school teacher, and I just have been miserable the last few years in it because I have 2 kids that are in school and in sports and all the things. And if you're a working mama or just a mama in general, I know you're just exhausted. God love you all. And I just that's where I was at. And so when I saw Amy's TikTok, I messaged her and I thought, oh, whatever. Like the same thing maybe what you thought. But I still messaged her because I knew I wanted out. Anyways, and I just said, what do you do? And I had never tried any of the products or anything like that. And so I literally said to her, I want to quit my job. So I have a college degree in education. I laughed at myself, my husband, we all laughed. But anyway, so I just took a leap. I honestly, I would spend money on lots of things, but didn't have just a ton of money with us. But my husband's a teacher as well. But it was $100 at the time. I paid the $100. Did not have any faith in the fact that I would do anything with this. But I thought, why not me? And so I worked with Amy on it. And I will say, I wrote down a few things I would say a bit about me as that I'm the queen of consistency. So since I started this business 2 years ago, when I first started, I was on all of the new training Zooms. I would show up 3 to 4 times a week, whenever they were having it, because I wanted to know what everybody had. And I would write down people's names. It's like if I was on a Zoom, I wanted to write your name down because I was going to go stalk you on Facebook. I was going to go figure out what you were doing, and I was going to save it. And to this day, I'm still using the same things that I was saving. And I would find that I would go to the Vision Casters page, and anybody posting in there, I wanted to know, what are they doing? I want to know because they're doing something right. And so I just started diving into it. So I was teaching full time and doing this as well. It was a lot of work, but guess what? I wanted out, and that was my goal. It's not everybody's goal, but for me, it was. I wanted, and I knew I could not quit my day job, obviously, without having the same income. So for me, like I said, I just remember a lot of things from Amy telling me at the beginning and some of the Zooms I was on was consistency, because how is anybody going to believe you that you're serious about what you're doing if you're not consistently talking about it, shouting it from the rooftops? Okay, so I live in the deep South, and I don't know how it is everywhere else, but like, and maybe you feel this way, but like, we just don't talk about money. Like, I don't know. It's an Alabama thing. I was like, my parents are going to die if I post like I made $50 here. I remember Amy saying one time, post about you made $50. I'm like, no way. So stuff like that was hard for me at first, but I just did it. If she told me to do it, I did it. And like, whether I liked it or not, nobody was paying my bills, right? I'm sure you've heard somebody say that, except for me and my husband. So I did all the things. And here's another thing that I tell the people on my team. In which now it's so much different. The bonuses can come within a week. It wasn't like that when I started, but I made the first month I was in this, I worked my behindy off, y'all, every day, 7 days a week. Not saying you have to do that. My first check was like $49, y'all. About cried out of sadness. And Amy was like, good job. And I was like, oh my God. The second month it was 75. And I think the next month it was like 175. And then after that, y'all, game changer. And that was with me putting the effort in. It wasn't like me posting here and there, like now I pretty much take Sundays off unless it's just end of the month. And that's just me, my personality. But and it's just insane. After month 6 or 7, I think back now and think, what if I would not have paid that $100 to join? If somebody wants to make fun of it, I am no longer, like right now, teachers are starting back. I'm no longer there. And I'm here. I was able to go to my son's school, to all other things. Tomorrow, my little girl starts school. And so consistency is huge. I do the TikToks and things like that. Had a few blow up, but nothing like with I'm going to go back and see Jamie's stuff. After she said that, I was like, I'm definitely stalking her for her ideas. I am very type B. So if you're not, a lot of people are type A, very much leaders. If you ask Amy anything about me, she'll let you know real quick. It's not my jam. I am a behind the scenes. I want to do my thing. I will share with you anything, paste copy, whatever I got going on. But I will help you in any way, but I'm very scatterbrained and type B. So like the whole leader thing is still something that I work on. So, it's okay. Everybody's different. I'll still look at other people, leaders, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, they have all their stuff together, everything's written down, and I'm like a mess, as you can see right here. So it's okay for everybody to be different. Like that's something I even still have to keep telling myself. It's okay. Just do you, as long as you get it done in the way you do things. But one of the things I guess she's talking about that I said on one of the Zooms is somebody was asking, what do you like say if you have somebody that like doesn't want a leader of some sort on your team that decides they want to quit or something like that, or something like anything like that. And I'm always just really honest and I tell my people when they join me, the first thing I say is, listen, you're on fire this week. Like you're going to be on fire when you first joined this. Everybody was on fire, but about 2 weeks in, sometimes earlier, sometimes later, you're going to say, oh my gosh, like I can't do this. Like I cannot do this. I literally said those words, and I have said those words a few times over 2 years. Probably 3 months in, 1 month in. This is not, oh my gosh, is this for me? What have I done? Like, you might have all had those thoughts, like, can I even do this? Yes, you can. And so like, that was when I used Amy for reference, because that's who I talk to every day. And she literally was like, okay, is this something you want to do? Like, what did you say in the beginning? Like you wanted to quit your job. Is this still something you want to do? Do you want to make X amount of money? Like for me, it was like, I want to make X amount of money, and I want to be able to do all this stuff. I want to have freedom with my life and with doing things with my kids and for my family. And it's just like a game changer when the mind shift of like, I'm not working to please like these other people. This is for me and my family. And I just thought of it differently. And I still go, I'm ADHD. If you can listen to my talking, listen to me. But like, I literally still go through those moments where I'm just like, this whole week's been back to school. I've been nuts. So my, like, even in my head, I'm like, okay, tomorrow one goes to school, we're getting it done. We're getting it done. I'm gonna 40 host to post. I'm doing it. I'm gonna message everybody. But literally just putting your mind in the game, just knowing that if anybody can do it, you can do it. We all look different. We're all different. Like, and that's the beauty of it to me, is that you can go to anybody's page and we're all just so different, and you can grow from learning from all this. It's just showing up, even showing up right now tonight. I'm so glad, because I've been so busy all day with back to school stuff. And I'm fixing to go in there and do our back to school rituals with my little girl. We do s'mores. It's crazy anyways. But and I was almost like, I'm not even sure I have time for this, but just getting on this reminds me, like, girlfriend, get on the dang Zoom, get on the Zoom. Like, I got to tell myself that, because you can get so bogged down and be like, I just can't. But anyways, I talk a lot. So anyways, y'all are all amazing. I'm going to go follow all you, because I took a picture of this, and I'm going to go stalk your pages. That's all I got.
Jenna, that was so good. Can you guys hear me? I'm going to pull over in a second because I'm next. Can someone unmute and tell me if they can hear me?
Yes, Kara, we can hear you.
Hello. Okay, cool. Okay, give me like 2 seconds. I'm going to be pulling in front of somebody's house. So if somebody comes out with a shotgun, y'all don't mind my screaming. No, just kidding. Not really. Okay. So I love that, Jenna, that was so good. And Jenna, do you want to tell everyone, do you work like just host to post, or do you like host to post and reels and TikToks, like all the things?
I do mainly for my business, where I get most of my people would be host to post. I do a lot of the challenges. I'm not sure if your teams are doing the challenges, but we do a lot of those now. And that really pushes my game big time. When I do those, I got a bonus when we were at the beach, literally. And it was like, I think we did like a 2-day of just host to post for just opportunity. And I got like I finished out 2 cycles, which is insane. It sounds like, but when you really put your mind to something, it's, you can make it happen. But yeah, I do reels, and I like the funny ones and stuff like that. But I try to add in, I like what somebody said, as far as the trusting, I try to get people more to me to come to my page from that way, through the reels and TikToks.
So good. I love you. You guys drop something in the chat that you learned from Jenna and all the other girls tonight. And I am going to make mine short and sweet, because I have 4 kids in the car. My husband and mom just switched spots. Now I'm driving. You guys, life is crazy. Like, that's the thing about this, is I want to say this real quick. Like Jenna said, life is crazy. You're never going to not be busy. Like, everything that you could use for an excuse, you can also use to drive you. And so instead of saying like, oh, I can't do tonight, now someone needs to take my spot, it's like, no, I'm doing tonight, even though tonight wasn't how I planned, right? I had like my place at my house that I was going to be at, right? It didn't work out quite that way, which that's okay. You just transition. The reason we do this business is so we can be with our families. And so you guys, don't use that as an excuse. Use it as a reason to drive you and still get the things done, right? So that was so good that you mentioned that too tonight. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys some tips that I hope you can take home. I shared them on a Zoom, and they were like, you all have to share all these tips. So the first thing is like Bethany, I'm going to tell you that I went and measured my reels and reach and stuff. And let me find my camera roll here, because I screenshotted it. Hey, where's the there it is. Yeah, my kids, you can search it. Yeah. Okay, so you guys, this is my content reach. Okay, I was doing a bunch of posts on Instagram, and even more stories. I was spending so much time on stories. Drop a 7 in the chat. I don't know, whatever we're at. If you spent a lot of time on stories, like finding them, adding polls, talking on stories, right? I'm going to give you all a breakdown. On my stories, my reach for 30 days was 1,940 accounts. Okay. My post reach is 8,560, which that's higher than it was. But my reels reach reaches 41,800 accounts. Okay. So whenever I watched that, I was like doing reels so leisurely, you guys, like maybe 2 a month. Maybe I throw one up and then delete it. maybe one would go viral and then I was embarrassed, so I'd take it down, right? Or whatever. It was not smart business. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna start working Reels like a business. And so I took all of those posts that you guys know we do, like the gummies posts, and like you can take even before and afters and like put them in, you know, like as a picture. If you don't know how to do that, I can do another training on that a different day. But I just started making all those viral posts into Reels. You can make them into Reels. And so when you do that, you guys can literally, like, if you go on my Instagram, it's at the Cattle Rancher's Wife. You guys can, I sometimes just do like a picture of like whatever the product, and then just do the wording on I would do on post. But the reach is so much higher that I'm signing so many more customers and so many more distributors because I'm reaching so many more accounts. And so sometimes it's like work smarter, not harder, right? So you all have posts where you've enrolled customers and distributors. Just take those and make a reel out of it. It's so simple. And your reach will be higher, and then you're going to attract more people. And if you keep doing that over and over again, it's just going to be like this giant snowball. And so that's my big tip, is that make posts that have went viral or that you've gotten customers and distributors from. Make those into Reels, because you guys are going to blow your mind just because the reach is so much higher on Reels. So that's my big tip for the night. If anyone has any more questions, you can drop them in the chat. And if not, I'm going to drive down my road and lose service. So thank you guys all for jumping on tonight. You can also drop in the chat if you learned something tonight. We would love to hear what it is, just so we can continue to bring you guys tips and tricks. It's at the Cattle Rancher's Wife is my Instagram. You guys, for tonight, I'm definitely like tongue twisted. So sorry, Jenna knows that. I sent her a voice message earlier and I said something that I shouldn't. It was backwards. Okay, you guys, thanks for coming tonight. It was so much fun. I hope y'all learned something, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.